The city skyline is about to undergo a major transformation. In a unanimous vote, the city council approved a super project that will transform nearly 60 acres of parking lots around Ball Arena into a mini city within a city, if you will. Thank you so much for staying with us here on Denver 7 News at 6. This major expansion to downtown is being called the Sports Mile.
So it paves the way for new skyscrapers, new businesses, housing surrounding the home of the Nuggets and the Avalanche.
What we're really looking forward to is a neighborhood here with residents, with restaurants, with bars, with office workers, with a big park, with all the things that are going to happen here. The connectivity is critical.
So the project drew a little bit of pushback before it was approved. Those high rises would block previously protected mountain views for people living in Lodo. Now, these changes won't happen all at once. The first phase will be a massive pedestrian bridge over Spear to connect Lodo to the Ball Arena development. Construction could begin within the next year and a half on that, but the full build out, that's going to take about 25 years. Denver 7's Veronica Costa has been on this story all day long and joins us outside Ball Arena.
And Veronica, earlier we heard from leaders who say this will turn the area into a neighborhood instead of a parking lot. We've gotten a lot of questions from viewers wondering, so where are they supposed to park?
Yeah, that seems to be the really big question among a lot of people who not only live in these neighborhoods, but around the Ball Arena venue as well. And Kroenke Sports and Entertainment officials telling us that they do plan to have some underground parking at those housing structures. They also plan to build some parking garages as well. But Denver Mayor Mike Johnston saying that by the time that this project is all complete, in those 25 to 30 years, he hopes more people use public transit. Listen.
One of the things we're focusing on is on being able to get more and more people on public transit, but what you see is stadiums are moving away from 50 acres of parking. More and more people use our light rail, they use the bus system, they use scooters to get downtown.
And officials also want to make it easier for people to get through downtown if they don't have a car, which is why they're dedicating some bike and pedestrian paths and bridges as a part of this redevelopment plan, Shannon.
And Veronica, with a project as big as this one, naturally some people have concerns about people being priced out from all that development.
So something called the Ball Arena Community Benefits Agreement Committee is trying to address some of the concerns. So let's start with what that is, Veronica, and what are they helping to accomplish?
Yeah, this is really interesting. This was a group of about 11 volunteers that came together. They are from surrounding neighborhoods here, and they signed a community benefits agreement with Kroenke Sports. In that agreement, essentially, Kroenke Sports said, hey, we're going to dedicate about 18% of the housing that is a part of this redevelopment plan to be affordable. At least 20% of the businesses that end up here, they will be women or minority businesses, and at least 20% of the permanent jobs, they will go to residents in lower income Denver neighborhoods, you guys.
All right, very exciting. Veronica Costa live outside Ball Arena. Thanks, Veronica.
All right, let's take this in depth. This would not be the first area surrounding a major sports venue in downtown Denver to be redeveloped. You may remember McGregor Square at Coors Field opened just a few years ago in 2021. This is some video from opening day. Now today, McGregor Square offers 12 restaurants and bars, 5 retail outlets, the Rally Hotel, condos, and office space, all circling a massive plaza with a stadium-sized LED screen. The development's now thriving with big crowds of people visiting even when baseball season is long over.
And looking closer here, the Ball Arena project paves the way to build new skyscrapers and high-rises downtown. But several other projects were already reshaping Denver's skyline. In fact, here's a look at a few of them. The Populous Hotel just opened last week. It's just across from City Hall on 14th Street. This 13-story building is inspired by Colorado's aspen trees. It's also the first carbon-positive hotel in the country. A massive 2-tower condo complex also going up at Broadway at 18th. Upton Residences is being built on the side of the old parking lot and building that once houses Shelby's Bar and Grill. This will have 461 condos and will be the city's second largest condominium project. Construction on that's expected to wrap up next year. And then we have construction on a new office tower near Coors Field. That wrapped up last month. 1900 Lawrence is a 30-story building with 700,000 square feet of office space. The developer calls it the largest office building downtown Denver has seen in 40 years.